Good morning, children. Today we are going to start with the poem 2.3 Somebody's Mother. Okay, now this is a very simple and touching poem. In this poem, you could see a young boy helps an old woman to cross the street. He realized that she is probably somebody's mother. He hopes that when his own mother is in need of help in his absence, someone like him will come along and help her out. Okay, so this very touching poem, and this poem also teaches us to always help others, especially elderly people. Okay, so let us start with the poem Somebody's Mother. Okay, let me first read the poem. Somebody's Mother. The woman was old and ragged and grey, and bent with the chill of a winter's day. The streets were white with a recent snow, and the woman's feet with age were slow. At the crowded crossing she waited long, jostled aside by the careless throng of women beings who passed her by, unheeding the glance of her anxious eye. Down the street with laughter and shout, glad in the freedom of school let out, came happy boys like a flock of sheep, hailing the snow piled white and deep. Past a woman so old and grey, hastened the children on their way. None offered a helping hand to her, so weak and timid, afraid to stir, lest the carriage wheels or the horses' feet should trample her down in the slippery street. At last came out of the merry troop the gayest boy of all the group. He paused beside her and whispered low, I will help you across. Will you wish to go? Her aged hand on his strong young arm she placed, and so without hurt or harm he guided the trembling feet along, proud that his own were young and strong. Then back again to his friends he went, his young heart happy and well content. She's somebody's mother, boys, and for all she's aged and poor and slow, and someone sometime may lend a hand to help my mother, you understand? If ever she is old and poor and grey, and her own dear boys so far away, somebody's mother bowed low her head in her home that night, and prayer she said was, God be kind to that noble boy who is somebody's son and pride and joy. Written by Mary Dow Bride. So this very touching poem, children. Now let us start from this beginning. The woman was old and ragged and grey, bent with the chill of a winter's day. The streets were white with the recent snow, and the woman's feet with age were slow. So as the poem itself says that it's a winter time, winter day. Okay. The woman who was trying to cross the road was old with grey hair, means very old. She was wearing torn cloth and bent with the chill of a winter's day. Old and ragged and grow. Ragged means the torn cloths. Old woman, and she was bent away. Her back was bent with the cold of the winter's day. So her back was bent with her old age also, and also cold of a winter's day because she was so old. Okay. The streets were white with the recent snow, and her feet were slow due to the age. She couldn't able to walk. A woman's feet were slow, and as the roads were also covered with the recent fall of snow. So it was a winter time. The road was full of snow, so that was not safe for that woman because she's too old, and her feet were trembling, shaking, and due to old age she couldn't able to walk also properly. Got it? The first stanza. At the crowded crossing she waited long, jostled around by the careless throng of human beings who passed her by, unheeding the glance of her anxious eye. So the old woman, she was waited for a long time at the crowded crossing, the jostled aside by the careless throng. So the careless crowd pushed her aside. Jostled means pushed her aside because there was too much crowd on the street and she was not able to cross the road also. But nobody cared to help her out, but they were just pushing her aside. Okay, and the crowded crossing, and many people passed by on the road, and unheeding the glance of a anxious eye. Human being who passed that road, but nobody paid attention to her without bothering about her anxiety.